You're listening to the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio, your rock and roll authority. Tear the knob off.
just heard Greece's Silent Winter with Hellstorm, taken from the third album Utopia on Greek metal label No Remorse Records. I know this is not a new track per se, as it is from 2024. I thought it deserved some attention. I originally wanted to play it on our first show back in January, but I kept putting it off. There was so much material from 2024 and January 2025 to choose from. I hope you like it. Silent Winter was initially formed in the mid-1990s in Volos, Greece. The band released 2 demos at the time, titled Silent Winter and War of an Angel. The band disbanded in 1999. They reformed after almost 2 decades, replacing 4 band members. In 2018, Silent Winter released their debut EP titled The War Is Here. In 2019, they released their debut album The Circles of Hell, followed by their sophomore album Empire of Sins in 2021. Guitarist Kyriakos Balanos recently spoke with Myth of Rock, a Greek online metal magazine, and said this about the musical direction on Utopia. Quote, "While Utopia retains the signature sound that our fans love, we've definitely progressed. We've incorporated a more varied influences and experimented with song structures. This album showcases our growth as musicians and our willingness to explore new territories within the power metal genre." End quote. Silent Winter will take the stage tonight at the Japara Rock Festival in Bulgaria alongside compatriots Wildfire. You can buy their music, including the 2 Japanese bonus tracks from Utopia, on silentwinter.bandcamp.com, and you can check out their Instagram at silentwinterofficial. Before that, you heard the track Sign in the Sky by Hearts on Fire, taken from their upcoming 11-track sophomore album titled Signs and Wonders, out July 25th via Pride and Joy Music. This is the follow-up to their debut released in 2018 titled Call of Destiny with a different vocalist. The band consists of Jean Funes on guitar, Joel Mejia on bass, whom both are members of Silent Tiger. You have Eric Ragno on keys from Chimera, and Dennis Ward is a guest musician on bass. He also mixed and mastered the album. Dennis Ward is a renowned musician, bassist for Pink Cream 69, Chimera, formerly of Magnum, playing on their last 3 studio records, as well as so many others. One more. Dennis Ward played on Kiko Laredo's 2020 album titled Open Source. You may know Kiko Laredo as winning a Grammy with Megadeth and a founding member of the progressive metalers Angra. Safe to say you have experienced, credentialed musicians on this record. If the singer sounds familiar to you, well, he should. I think he has a residency on the show by now. This is his 5th consecutive time on the show with as many bands, all 2025 releases. Yes, he is none other than Mark Bowles. He is a fantastic singer and receives frequent requests for session work. You can check out the band on facebook.com/Hearts on Fire Band. Kicking off the show tonight was France's Black Rain with their new track taken from their upcoming 9th album titled Orphans of the Light, out February 27th, 2026 via Single Bell. Hannes Braun, the singer for Kissin' Dynamite, mixed and mastered this record. We played Kissing Dynamite on a previous show. This is a follow-up to their 2024 album titled Hot Rock Time Machine via Single Bell. This was the first record with the French production company. The band is proud to claim their glam and sleaze heritage. The band was formed in 2001 and was later signed to French label Thundering Records in 2006, thanks to a friend of theirs who owns several clubs in Tokyo. They set off on the very first tour of some 20 dates in Japan. Their first 2 records were released under the Thundering Records imprint Manitou Music. I've been a fan since 2008 when I bought their second album, License to Thrill. When I heard the song Innocent Rosie, the second track, I was hooked. I'm a fan to this day. A bit of history here in that Black Rain did headline the Rest in Sleaze Festival in 2009. The festival was launched in 2007 as a tribute to Crash Diet singer Dave Leppard, whose real name is Dave Hellman. Dave Leppard was a true rock star. He committed suicide on January 20th, 2006, less than a year after Crash Diet's debut record was released. I strongly suggest you check out Crash Diet's debut record, Rest in Sleaze. I think this could be a landmark album in the resurgence of hard rock that we have today, which started 25 years ago. Those are phenomenally crafted songs that to me stand the test of time. Getting back to Black Rain, the band welcomed 2 new members. Frankie Costanza from Dagobah on drums and Jerem G on guitar. You may have seen a 90-second clip from Black Rain released a month ago introducing the new guitars, shredding to the song Resurrection, which will also be on the new record. They replaced their drummer, like I said, and Axel Charpentier, aka Max 2, who now goes by the name Axel Zimmerman, who recently released a record under that name titled Exister on the same label Black Rain is signed to. In case you're curious, the style is pop with a singer and songwriter vibe with acoustic guitar and piano while singing in French. The rest of the band is rounded out by Swan Hellion on vocals and guitar, who currently resides in Sweden, Matthew De La Roche on bass. The band plans to release a track every month leading up to the album release of Orphans of the Light. And actually, this may be a good idea. These days, unfortunately, when an album is released, then it's on to the next one. This way, the album stays in the minds of fans longer. It is a massive undertaking. Time will tell. I hope this works out for Black Rain. Their next show will be at the Rock on Wood Festival in Thionville, France on October 4th. Their website is blackrain.fr and their Instagram handle is blackrainofficial. This is Stone Whiskey on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
By the knees. Wow. trying to find your way, but everyday frustration grows. Always hiding, not showing what's under your skin. Slowly dying, your doubts are buried deep within. Time has turned your heart to stone. Open up and realize you're losing yourself in this nightmare. Got to leave your fears behind. Every path leads somewhere. Make up your mind. There are days in your life when you're feeling down, all alone and you're afraid to drown. You think there's no way to escape it. There are times in your life when you're feeling small. Don't give up when you're about to fall. You've got the power to change it. Life's what you make it. All your life you feel trapped in your personal jail. Always lying so that no one reveals your tale. This wasted time cannot be undone. Open up and realize you're losing yourself in this nightmare. Got to leave your fears behind. Every path leads somewhere. Make up your mind. There are days in your life when you're feeling down, all alone and you're afraid to drown. You think there's no way to escape it. There are times in your life when you're feeling small. Don't give up when you're about to fall. You've got the power to change it. Life's what you make it. Make it. Open up and realize this losing game will end up nowhere. Got to leave your fears behind, 'cause every path leads somewhere. Make up your mind. There are days in your life when you're feeling down, all alone and you're afraid to drown. You think there's no way to escape it. There are times in your life when you're feeling small. Don't give up when you're about to fall. You've got the power to change it. There are days in your life when you're feeling down, all alone and you're afraid to drown. You think there's no way to escape it. There are times in your life when you're feeling small. Don't give up when you're about to fall. You've got the power to change it. Life's what you make it. Life's
You just heard some great power metal from Australia. That was Oceans of Black by Black Majesty, the title track from their upcoming 8th album on Italian label Scarlet Records, out just yesterday. The band formed in 2001 under the name Chimera. They later dropped it due to an American band with the same name. Yes, it is that Chimera you have heard. This is a follow-up to their 2018 album Children of the Abyss on Pride and Joy Music. Yes, it has been a minute since their previous album. The current lineup consists of John Cavalier on vocals, Hani Mohammed on drums, Hani Mohammed on guitar and keyboards, Clinton James Biddy on guitars, Evan Harris bass, and Zane Kimmy on drums. With a ferocious twin-axe attack, the new album, Oceans of Black, is a voyage through fear, corruption, hope, resilience, strength, and triumph. Black Majesty will have their record release party in Perth on July 11th at Amplifier Bar. They also have a couple more dates in July, as you can see on your screen, on July 18th and July 26th. You can get merch on their website at blackmajesty.com and check out their Instagram at black.majesty.band. Before that, you heard from Kaiserslautern, Germany, with the band Winterland, with their uplifting song, the title track from their new album, Life's What You Make It, released only on digital format on June 6th. The song is about standing up for yourself, an important life lesson. If you don't stand up for yourself, no one else will. The CD version contains 4 bonus tracks, including a cover of Corey Hart's Sunglasses at Night. That has been done so many times. Ever since the American band Love in a 38 covered it over a decade ago, there's no reason to do any more. That's just my humble opinion. I think that is the best rock cover of that track anyway. Again, my opinion. I'm looking forward to hear Duran Duran's Union of the Snake and see how they do. The other two 1980s reinterpretations are Warriors of the Wasteland by Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Everything Counts by Depeche Mode. This is a really good melodic rock record. I quite enjoy listening to it. They not only have a high production value, but they also got back to their roots in this record. And no, the track I Want Out does not pay homage to Halloween. The band consists of Stefan Hugo on vocals, Bernd Schreiber on bass on 8 tracks, Thomas Ryder on drums, and Marcus Pfeffer on guitars, keys, and bass on 3 tracks. Marcus Pfeffer puts out good quality music. He is in Lazarus Dream with Karsten Lizard Schultz. They released the album Imaginary Life in 2024. He is also in Mystery Moon and Barnabas Sky, with whom Marcus works with so many good singers, such as Danny Vaughn from Taiketo, Doogie White, Zach Stevens from Savatage, and Archon Angel, Dan Reed, Rob Rock, and Tony Harnell, whom you know from Norwegian band TNT. Winterland touches on relevant subjects on today, such as the frightening power of influences on the track Follow Me, the powerlessness of the individual in the face of overall economic development, and the increasingly noticeable destabilization and division of society in the track I Don't Know, and the courage to individually contribute to changes in the track Reach for the Sky. Check them out on winterland.bandcamp.com and on Instagram at winterlandband. Kicking off this rock block was North Carolina's Stone Whiskey with their latest single Inferno, taken from their latest album titled Scream for Rock on Kivel Records. On our May 3rd show, we played label mates Cyanide. Kivel Records always brings quality music and quality production to the table. The album was produced, mixed, and mastered by Anthony Fox, who has worked with Ace Frehley, Buck Cherry, and Black Veil Brides. This record is a step up from their debut. This is their second album, but first for Kivel Records. Their debut in 2021, titled Rebels of the Sun, was self-released and later reissued by Kivel Records in 2024 with a bonus track, a Rolling Stones cover, Doom and Gloom. The band consists of Alan Rueda on lead vocals, Bill Spears and Chris Clark on guitar, Jim Hunter on bass, and Mike Ropolewski on drums. Check them out live July 12th at Leather and Lace Bike Rally in Sparta, North Carolina with Texas Hippie Coalition, and September 4th in Salisbury, North Carolina at Smokehouse Rally. You can check them out at stonewhiskeyband.com and on Instagram at stonewhiskeyband. All right, coming up right now, we got some great stuff. Let's go to Germany on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
Flying 10,000 miles, leave half the world behind. Into an epic realm where futures will align. You're one in a million to me. You're one in a million. This is Tokyo. Wanna be there for 1,000 nights. Tokyo. Seeing the crowds and pretty lights. Tradition and ecstasy. Japan to ever know. This is Tokyo. Visiting Ramadi every night. Tokyo. Where we are glad to say goodbye. I thought we were to die, and yet I love it so. For me, this is Tokyo. Flow with the masses in Shibuya till the show. Digging through endless stores above and down below. You're one in a million to me. You're one in a million. This is Tokyo. Wanna be there for 1,000 nights. Tokyo. Seeing the crowds and pretty lights. Tradition and ecstasy. Japan to ever know. This is Tokyo. Where we play well and so strong. Tokyo. Where we have faced the great sorrows. I thought we were to die, and yet I love it so. For us, this is Tokyo. This is Tokyo. You're one in a million. You're one in a million. This is Tokyo. Wanna be there for 1,000 nights. Tokyo. Seeing the crowds and pretty lights. Tradition and ecstasy. Japan to ever know. This is Tokyo. Visiting Ramadi every night. Tokyo. Where we are glad to say goodbye. I thought we were to die, and yet I love it so. For me, this is Tokyo. I see you in a
You just heard Eternal Thirst from Chile with Wild Child, taken from The Nesting of Chaos, the fifth album released independently by the band in April. They have a new drummer in Gianfranco Ferreira Sanchez. Now, he did not perform in this record. It was Pablo Clades. Johnny, as he is known, is an active drummer in other bands. In fact, he's also in the band Aisa with the vocalist Eva Murgas, who you see on your screen. The band formed in 2006 and has undergone numerous lineup changes. Too many to mention here which affected the band's progression. They did not give up. Pablo Garriga joined the band in 2014 as their vocalist and re-recorded the vocals for the finished debut album. They released it later that year, titled Beyond the Shadows of Hell. In early 2015, Pablo Garriga passes away from a blood clot in his brain. Still, the band soldiers on. The band would see different vocalists on their next two records, Metalheads to the Grave in 2015 and The Hellish Fight Goes On in 2017. Check them out. You can hear the full album on Eternal Thirst, the number 2, .bandcamp.com. Their Instagram handle is eternal.thirst. Before that, you heard First Light from the UK with Damned If You Do, taken from their upcoming album Elemental on Pride and Joy Records out July 25th. The band consists of lifelong friends Dave Hardiman on guitar and Carl Sharples on bass. Dave now lives in Spain and Carl lives in the UK. This record is a follow-up to their 2023 independent record titled Gravity. On Elemental, they recruited former FM keyboardist Dig Digital and singer Warren Passaro from New York City. Rounding out the band on this record is Andy Jakeman, a good friend of Dave and Carl's. The record was produced by Pete Newdeck from Vega and Midnight City and mastered by Harem Scarum singer Harry Hess. First Light will perform on Saturday, June 28th at the Tower of Fire Rock Festival in Bradford, UK at the Night Train venue. If you are in the area, I strongly suggest you check it out because this is going to be one heck of a festival. First Light will open the night, followed by, get this, Rab Stallion, their latest album released in 2023, Iconic Eye, who recently welcomed new drummer Dex Tyler, who tracked the new single for the band. We'll get it to you as soon as it is released. Their latest track was released 9 months ago. So if you like what I play, then I'll think you'll like Iconic Eye. You also have UK's Collateral, a really great melodic rock band, followed by Midnight City, another really great UK band. And headlining is Ted Poley. Wow, what a lineup. You can check out First Light on Facebook. And kicking off this rock block is one of my favorite bands of all time, Helloween, with their brand new track titled This Is Tokyo, taken from their upcoming 10-track album titled Giants and Monsters out August 29th on Reigning Phoenix Music. This is a follow-up to 2021's self-titled album. There's a second CD actually to this album. It contains 4 tracks. They are Out of Control, an original track, 3 versions of Into the Sun, one with Andy Darris solo, Michael Kiske solo, and an acoustic version. The video is a visual homage to Japan, which has a personal significance for vocalist Andy Darris. I've always wanted to write this song. Japan plays a special role in my life because I had my first big successes there. I wanted to create a tribute to Japan for a while now and finally found the right lyrics. Because Tokyo sounds better than Japan, the city stands for a whole country that is very important to me. This is, end quote. This quote is from Blabbermouth. They don't cite the quote. I am to assume they interviewed Andy, but I don't know. Now, let me caveat the quote by saying I don't like Blabbermouth. It is a site that uses headlines for clickbait, in my opinion. There, I said it. Now, I don't go to this site for information, but once every blue moon, they actually have a story that takes you deeper than the headline. This is their second album with the reunited lineup of Michael Kiske and Kai Hansen. I don't think any band member in 1985 would have thought Halloween would still be playing 40 years later. Within the band Halloween, right? Let alone how fresh their music is today and how popular they are. I know we typically play lesser known bands on this program, but Halloween has my respect. Your musicianship and playing are in top form. On a side note, I am not happy with that Roland Grappow is not part of the reunited lineup. I think he's integral to the band's evolution, experimentation, and a fantastic songwriter for their 1990s albums. They've released some really great ones. I think Chameleon was great, but it was experimental. But they did hit it out of the park in 1994 with Master of the Rings, which featured new singer Andy Darris from Pink Cream 69 and drummer Uli Kush. Then they did it two more times in 1996 and 1998. In the interest of time, I won't go into the story, but it is a true shame that some of the members of Halloween cannot get past their grievances. In 2017, Roland Grappow with his band Masterplan released an album titled Pumpkins, which featured his reworked versions of songs with his time in Halloween. And I think he was demonstrating to the world what a mistake it was to not include him in the reunited lineup. Halloween has an open invitation to come onto the Oracle of Hard Rock radio show and finally sort this out. I don't think anyone really knows the true story. Maybe we'll do an interview segment, or maybe this will be the impetus for a podcast I have in mind that ties into the show. This time around, the songs were crafted differently than on the last record. In an interview with Hakos Pervanidis of the Metal Hammer Greece TV program TV War, Andy Darris talks about the difference between the writing on this record and 2021's self-titled album. Quote, so far I'm happy to say that there were lots of little things being put into your song by the other guys, which is much easier this time. Honestly, we had so much more time, actually, so everybody had tons of time to listen to each and everybody's tracks and come up with their own ideas. Kai, for example, he added I would say a whole new song into my song, Giants on the Run. The whole middle part of the song, which Kai put in, and it's just perfect. It fits. That's something I love and I always wanted to have. But honestly, back in the day, like on the previous album, everybody was minding his own business. You have to write super songs for the new upcoming album, and the expectations are so high because Michael Kiske and Kai Hansen are back. I remember as a 12-year-old kid going to the record store and seeing the Halloween EPs on cassette with the pumpkin on the cover. Kai Hansen was the vocalist as well as the guitarist, of course, at the time. I thought, okay, interesting, but, I paid no mind until Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 came out. From the opening riff to I'm Alive, I was captivated to listen for more, and when I heard Michael Kiske's voice, I was hooked. And then the riff to A Little Time played, and I'm loving it at this point, and then the whole band follows that really cool riff, and then it changes. I never looked back, and the lick in the chorus is such a great fit. And then to learn Michael Kiske was just a teenager made me relate to the band even more. I hadn't really heard anything like it. I was also hooked on Metallica at the time because I hadn't heard anything like Ride the Lightning or Master of Puppets either. The sophisticated song structure and multiple changes in each song was incredible. Now I know what you're thinking, but they were pioneers. Yes, they were, as was everybody else making music at the time. But I didn't think about that. I remember I had a basket on my BMX bike for delivering papers, which is a cardinal sin back in the day, by the way. When I wasn't delivering papers, I had a boombox in the basket playing Metallica and Halloween and telling everyone I could about Halloween. Anyway, thanks for allowing me to share that with you. I think music plays an important part of our lives. It triggers certain memories or evokes emotion from the listener, which is probably one of the greatest compliments a musician can receive. And now, music is being used as part of therapy. I never doubted that when I first heard it, but in recent studies, have come to light proving this. All right, one last thing, and we'll get to our next rock block. With 15 gold awards, 6 platinum awards, and over 10 million records sold, Helloween will embark on their 40 years anniversary tour with special guests Beast and Black. The tour starts in October in Luxembourg for the European leg. 2026 will begin with dates in Asia, South America, and North America, and then it's on to Europe's biggest festivals in the summer of 26. The website is Helloween.org, and their Instagram handle is Helloween Official. This is Catatonia on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
You are listening to the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio, your rock and roll authority. Tear the knob off.
Down
You just heard Thomas Carlson's Transmission with Midnight Queen from their new album, their second, titled Clockwork Sky, released independently on June 6th. Transmission is a heavy metal music project by Norwegian multi-instrumentalist and songwriter Thomas Carlson. The one-man band is back as this is his follow-up to their 2023 debut album titled A Brave Horizon. Thomas Carlson's debut release was an EP in 2021 titled Redemption. Each track on Clockwork Sky is based around a main theme, the relentless passage of time. Thomas Carlson says this about the new record, quote, I was unsure of what direction Transmission would take after A Brave Horizon, which was a blend of several different styles. The writing sessions for Clockwork Sky resulted in my most anthemic and hooky tunes yet. It blends the arena rock of the 80s with modern age power metal in a big way. And as I evolve as a songwriter, instrumentalist, and producer, I couldn't help but add some new elements to the music, end quote. He recruited 4 vocalists for this record. One of them you heard early in the show. That is Mike Levis from Silent Winter, who sings on One with the Storm. You can buy a signed copy of the new album from transmissionmetal.bandcamp.com. I did. His Instagram handle is transmission.official. Before that, you heard Dutch metalers Martyr with the new track Wrath of the Fallen, taken from their upcoming 6th album titled Dark Believer, out August 15th on Reigning Phoenix Music. This is a follow-up to their 2022 album titled Planet Metalhead on Dutch metal label PT78. The track lyrically is about, quote, crawling through darkness and despair, only to rise again with rage in your heart and fire in your veins. When you've lost everything, when you're surrounded by shadows, voices remind me I'm real. This is the sound of the fallen fighting back. For the outcasts, the damned, the survivors, this is your battle hymn. This is Wrath of the Fallen, end quote. Formed in 1982, the band made their introduction to the world in 1985 when their song En Masse Stand or Die appeared on Metal Blade's Metal Massacre 6. That same year, Martyr released their debut album titled For the Universe, followed by 1986's Darkness at a Time's Edge. The band disbanded in 1987 and reunited in 2001 to play the Heavy Metal Maniacs Festival. Since returning, the band could get no more than 3/5 of the original band together, and currently guitarist Rick Bowman is the only original member. Adding younger members has added a fire to Martyr's music. They returned with their first recording since the 1980s with an EP in 2009, followed by their first full-length album in decades with Circle of Eight on none other than the entity that gave them their start, so to speak, Metal Blade Records. You can catch them on Instagram at Martyr Online, their website martyronline.nl, and you can buy their merch by visiting martyronline.bandcamp.com. Kicking off this rock block was Sweden's Catatonia with Thrice, taken from their new album released a couple of weeks ago on June 6, titled Nightmares as Extensions of the Waking State via Napalm Records. This is their 13th album and a follow-up to 2023's Sky Void of State. Sky Void of Stars. My apologies. The band was formed in 1991, and this past March, founding member Anders Nystrom confirmed his departure from the band on social media. According to Anders, he and another founding member, Jonas Rensky, quote, have grown too wide and far apart, and as a result, our long-term collaborations has drawn to a close, end quote. Catatonia brought in 2 new guitarists, Nico Elgstrand and Sebastian Svaland. Catatonia will embark on a winter headlining European and UK tour with special guests Evergrey and Kloger. Check them out on Instagram at Catatonia Band and on catatonia.com. This is Blackfire Rising on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
Make me feel like I'm going nowhere that I'll never win. My God is down and I just can't wait to win. I feel like I'm going insane and I turn on over and I can't remember your name. But for tonight, I'm alright.
You just heard the new track from Eradicator with Eternal, just released May 30th. This 4-piece is from Birmingham in the Midlands, and according to the band, this track is, quote, heavier, darker, and more relentless, end quote. They have released 3 albums. Their debut was self-released in 2012 titled Dystopia before it was picked up by Dive Bomb Records. Dive Bomb Records released the following 2 records, Edge of Humanity in 2015 and Obscura in 2019. The same members have appeared on all of the band's recordings. In fact, since the formation of the band, there's been only one change: their bassist. Not all of the band members were born and bred Brummies. However, they did meet at Birmingham University. The band formed in 2009 and started out as a cover band covering Lamb of God, Metallica, and Pantera. Each member of the band submitted many band names. Eventually, they settled on one, Eradicator with a C. Once they realized there was a German band with the same name, the band changed it from a C to a K. You can check them out on Instagram at eradicator_official and buy merch from their website at eradicator.co.uk. Before that, you heard a band from New York called Ashes of Aries with a track from Hell He Rides, taken from their upcoming 4th album with 12 new tracks titled New Messiahs, out July 18th in the EU and August 8th in the US on Raining Phoenix Music. The track, as described by the label, contains, quote, lyrics that dive into a soul damned by a deal with Mephisto. The track unleashes the torment, power, and relentless pursuit of justice that define the spirit of vengeance, end quote. From Hell He Rides contains an interpretation of Elton John's, actually, not From Hell He Rides, the new album, New Messiah, I think it's called, contains an interpretation of Elton John's And the House Fell Down. The band was formed in 2012 by former Iced Earth members Matt Barlow and Freddie Vidales, along with Nevermore drummer Van Williams, who is no longer in the band. The band stated in an interview with the Rock Pit in 2013 that Ashes of Aries has a dual meaning. Quote, as you may know, Aries is the god of war. Ashes of Aries symbolizes either a time when humanity has destroyed itself or a time when humanity has evolved to a point where war is no longer in a thought process. End quote. Their self-titled debut album was released in 2013 on Nuclear Blast, followed by 2018's Well of Souls and Emperors and Fools, both on Rock of Angels Records. You can check them out on ashesofaries.com, where you can buy their merch and get news. And kicking off the rock block was UK's Blackfire Rising with the track I'm Alright from their debut self-titled EP, just released independently by the band on June 6th after a series of singles since forming in Edinburgh, Scotland in 2018. Their cited influences are Blackstone Cherry, Alter Bridge, and Winery Dogs. They will be playing at the 16th SOS Festival in Manchester. This will also mark the first time that they are playing in England. You can buy the CD version of their self-titled EP at their shows, as well as from their website, blackfirerising.bigcartel.com, and you can also get t-shirts. I did. I got a CD, getting a t-shirt here soon. Can't wait to receive it. You can check them out on Instagram at blackfire.rising. This is Rising Steel on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
Your eyes are cold. I am staring to the ground, so cold. Oh, when I'm old, I am laughing about this time, I hope. So don't you turn around. I know that I was hurting you, that I was blind and I was cruel. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging for mercy. I tell you I'm sorry, crawling at your feet. You're probably like that, you're probably like that. I think that you like that. Like a stream, all the words are flowing out of my mouth. You don't scream, you turn around and shut me out, and you leave me by myself. What now? What now? I know that I was hurting you. I wasn't kind. I broke the rules, confessing all my sins to you. And now you know that I am true. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging for mercy. I tell you I'm sorry, crawling at your feet. You're probably like that, you're probably like that. I think that you like that. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging for mercy. I tell you I'm sorry, crawling at your feet. You're probably like that, you're probably like that. I think that you like that. Say something, do something, don't turn around. Say something, do something, don't turn around. I'm down on my knees, I'm begging for mercy. I tell you I'm sorry, crawling at your feet. You're probably like that, you're probably like that. I think that you like that. Oh, I'm down on my knees, I'm begging for mercy. I tell you I'm sorry, crawling at your feet. You're probably like that, you're probably like that. I think that you like that. Say something, do something, don't turn around. Say something, do something, don't turn around. Don't you turn around. Don't you turn around.
You just heard German rockers Freakstorm with You Like That from the third album titled Dust of Glory from Storm Inside Records, released on June 6th. The band is centered around vocalist Sina Meyer and drummer Ollie Fuchs, whom founded their own label, Storm Inside Records, for this release. In 2016, Freakstorm was started as a tribute project. Their debut release was a self-released EP in 2018 titled We Got the Fire, followed by a second EP in 2019 titled From Zero. Probably has nothing to do with the band of the same name, before releasing their debut full-length album, Storm Inside My Heart, in 2021. The band is rounded out with fantastic musicians. You have Dennis Ward on bass, who also produced the record. You have we have spoken about him a few times, as he's involved with many bands. You have Oliver Hartman on guitar. Oliver is a fantastic singer. You can hear him perform on his solo albums as Hartman and with bands. He has been the guitarist on all three of Freakstorm's albums and plays on the last two Junkyard Drive albums from 2022 and 2024. He was also on Ronnie Atkins' 2021 solo record, One Shot, playing lead guitar and solos. Ronnie Atkins is the vocalist for legendary Danish hard rock act Pretty Maids. I remember seeing cassettes of Pretty Maids at the local record store in the mid-'80s. On this record, they performed the Ozzy cover Shot in the Dark. Check out their website, freakstorm.de, and Instagram at freakstormband. Before that, you heard Italy's trio Crystal Skull with Stormbreaker, taken from their brand new sophomore album titled Arcane Tales, which was released and distributed by Underground Symphony Records, released just this month. The new record represents the second chapter of the narrative saga about the three heroes and their adventure in the lands of Arendelle. This follows their debut album titled Ancient Tales, released in 2020. You can check them out on Instagram at crystal_skull_metal. Kicking off this rock block was France's Rising Steel with Kingdom of the Universe, taken from their upcoming fourth studio effort, Legion of the Grave, out on August 29th on Frontiers Music Group. This is the first single from the new album. Reported by melodic.net, the band states, quote, "This record promises to be a powerful anthem of freedom." According to the band, inspired by a Silver Surfer breaking free from Galactus, the song tackles themes of breaking free from societal and psychological constraints, end quote. There's more info on the record on melodic.net. Really good article, so I suggest you check it out if you want more info. I have all the records, and the band states that they have returned to the style of old school heavy metal. Formed in 2012, their debut came in the form of a 4-track EP in 2014 titled Warlord, followed by the full-length debut in 2016 titled Return of the Warlord on Mighty Music. Since then, they have been signed to Frontiers Music Group. Kingdom of the Universe marks the third record with the Italian label. Rising Steel is from the land where metal is the law. They describe their music as, quote, explosive blend, riffing, crushing Swedish sound. Just take an ear to the upcoming record and get your dose of metal, end quote. I'm looking forward to hearing Kingdom of the Universe. Rising Steel will have their record release party on October 4th in their hometown of Grenoble. You can buy a digital copy of their debut EP from the band at risingsteel.bandcamp.com as the CDs are sold out. I checked. Their Instagram handle is Rising Steel Official. You can also find them on facebook.com/Rising Steel Metal, and their website is rising-steel.fr. Just wanted to mention that I did receive the newly released CD from Greg Guafria's archive from what would have been Guafria's third record. You have probably heard the leaks floating around YouTube and the rest of the web for years. All 10 tracks have been fully remastered, although the source is not identified. You can buy a signed copy by Greg himself from FNA Records website. So those of you who are fans like me who bought Guafria on vinyl back then in the day will enjoy this, or anybody else who enjoys this type of music, right? Coming up next is Fury with their new track Interceptor on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up. You just heard Switzerland's Burning Witches with the title track from their upcoming 6th album titled Inquisition via Napalm Records. It's a really great video. The record label states this is their fiercest album yet, and with Courtney Cox writing songs, it is more melodic in my view, which makes it a fantastic combo, fierce yet melodic. I won't go into the band's history as I did that last time when we played Mirror Mirror on our January 25th show, which was also our John Sykes tribute show, so please check that out on our YouTube channel. I must say, since the addition of Dutch vocalist Laura Guldemond in 2019, Burning Witches have been on a tear. I think she is absolutely amazing. They just wrapped up tours in Australia and Latin America. The ladies will embark on a U.S. tour starting August 30th after their performance at the Schlichten Fest in Germany, which takes place on July 25th and July 26th. The U.S. tour will mainly be on the East Coast, and in early January 2026, Burning Witches will begin the European leg of the tour. You can check them out on Instagram at Burning Witches Official and Facebook.com/Burning Witches 666 and their website at burningwitches.ch, where you can order the new album and merch to go along with it. They are pretty active on all the platforms. Before that, you heard the Swedish band Viral with the track The Sage, taken from their upcoming album titled The Merchant, releasing officially August 15th on streaming platforms, CD, and vinyl. Their new single Oceans dropped yesterday, so be sure to check it out. It features Krista Goranson from Mindless Sinner sharing vocal duties with Albin Forsell. We just didn't have enough time to include it for tonight's show. The new album was mixed by Niels Nielsen, who is known for his work with In Flames and Ghost. The band was formed over a decade ago and emerged from the new wave of traditional heavy metal during the 2010s. The band states that they are deeply rooted in the classic sound, as you just heard. It's not to say they don't have their own style. The Merchant is the follow-up to their debut album, which was self-released in 2021. This is an independent band, and you can buy their music and merch from viralofficial.bandcamp.com. You can visit their website at viraltheband.com. The link to their web shop will take you to their Bandcamp page. You can follow them on Instagram at viralbandofficial. And kicking off this rock block was UK's Fury with the title track Interceptor, taken from their upcoming 5th album to be released September 5th via Mighty Music. The single was released June 13th after our last show. The band brings a lot of energy in their latest video. The band was formed over a decade ago. Their debut, The Lightning Dream, was released in 2014. Their follow-up was 2016's Lost in Space, The Grand Prize in 2020, and Born to Sin in 2022. The band has 2 vocalists, and this will be the first time that Fury will have co-lead vocalists on their record. Bassist Becky Baldwin was made a permanent member of Merciful Fate, replacing Joey Vera. And yes, she's in this band, as well as the drummer from Vice and Ex Absolva. They are currently on tour. You can get tour info and on buying the new record on Instagram at Fury Official, as well as Facebook.com/Fury Official. You can buy all their previous albums and merch on furyofficial.bandcamp.com. This is America's Wings of Steel on the Oracle of Hard Rock Radio. Turn it up.
Ride the winds of time. Ride the winds of spreading lies, insanity, pass it off as liberty, camouflage democracy, fight, kill, living fast in travesty, falsify humanity, tribes of war triumphantly, beat you down. Fire smoke with strategy, confiscate reality, camouflage democracy, fight, kill, die. On and on it goes. The flame that burns the candle, the wave that sails the sea, the shadow of the rainbow, the rider of the wind, who pays the price for power, who's left to play the fool. To them you're just a number, subjected by their rules.
You just heard Wings of Steel's epic track, Winds of Time, the lead single, which is also the title track from their upcoming album. The single was released June 13th after our last show. I never thought I would play an 11-minute track, but I really liked the song and loved the band. This was mixed and mastered by French producer Damien Renaud, who also recorded the drums for this track. The video was recorded in Germany. Not the first time American musicians go to Europe to film a video in what appears to be an abandoned warehouse. The Winds of Time video is very well done. I think they went to Germany because of the European musicians in the band. The founders, Leo Unemark and Parker Halub, are American. Matt Guillory recorded a video in Sweden for his single Inside in an abandoned paper factory. In fact, Michael Anderson, great guy by the way, the singer for Tungsten, also recorded a video in the same abandoned paper factory as Matt Guillory with Tungsten for their very first video, We Will Rise. And to go a step further, a little trivia for you, Patrick Uleas, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but I don't think so. Patrick Uleas directed both videos for Matt Guillory and Tungsten in that same abandoned paper factory in Gothenburg. True story. Matt Guillory went to Sweden because of his musical ties there and because Patrick Uleas makes great videos with his Revolver Film Company. Patrick also directed Primal Fear's latest video, The Hunter, so check that out. Let's get back on track. Wings of Steel is an independent band and was formed in 2019. In 2022, the band released their debut EP, Wings of Steel, followed by their debut full-length album the following year titled Gates of Twilight. Wings of Steel embarked on their first European tour in the spring of 2024 and released their first live album titled Live in France later that year. They are currently on tour in Europe this month and July, with the tour resuming in September for several more dates. Tonight they play in Balingen, Germany, the same city where the Bang Your Head festival used to be. The last edition was 2023. Wings of Steel are performing at the Sonnenkeller, which is a club in Balingen. They will also perform July 3rd at Escape in Vienna, Austria. You can buy all their music and merch from their website at wingsofsteelband.com. You can also get tour dates on Instagram at wingsofsteelband. Thank you so much for listening. I can't thank you enough for listening to us. We hope that if you enjoy the show, please spread the word and subscribe to our channel. Once we hit 50 subscribers, we can begin live streaming. I'm thinking about it, but we'll see. Check us out on Instagram at Oracle of Hard Rock Radio and our website at oracleofhardrockradio.ch. There you can drop us a line and get in touch with us. If you want a link to your stuff and a photo on our site, of which you will see a couple of examples front and center when you pull it up, get in touch with us. Thanks again. Love you all. Be safe. Until next time.